Hi, this is Bonnie Baker, and this is the video reflection for our assignment 3 that was over a reinforcement plan. We did my reinforcement plan with our 11-year-old daughter, Lexi. She has a bad habit of continually leaving lights on in the house, and we've talked to her about this. We've tried to, at her age of 11, teach her that, for environmental reasons, saving money, all of the practical reasons for needing to turn lights off, but it hasn't really helped so far. So when I read this assignment, I thought it would be a great opportunity to see if something like this would work for this type of behavior. This assignment was pretty difficult. Just the number of steps, the time it was going to take to conduct the research and put it all together. It became a bit more difficult for me because at the beginning of this 2-week period of this module, I got diagnosed with a very large ovarian cyst about the size of a tennis ball, and I was told that within a couple of days it would be coming out. It wasn't an emergency, but it was urgent, and so I started some of the process for this assignment. I did the operational definition. I conducted the baseline research, or data collecting rather, and I did all of that before talking to my daughter about this assignment, mainly because I didn't want her to become hypervigilant and get an inaccurate baseline data. So I did all of that prior to my surgery and prior to talking to my daughter. Post-surgery, after I got home after a couple of days, talked to my husband about the assignment, talked to him about needing to do the the reinforcement survey, and so he talked to our daughter about this assignment, said he was going to be helping me do it, talked to her about what we were doing and why, and conducted the reinforcement survey. So after the survey was done, he was kind of my eyes and ears. He did all of the research. He gave Lexi the tally marks. So basically what the system we set up was every time she walked out of a room that was no longer occupied by another person, if she turned the light off, she would get a tally mark. And when she earned 10 tally marks, she would get her reinforcer that she had chosen, which for this assignment was that mom or dad would do one of her weekly chores for her for earning those 10 tally marks. So overall, my husband said that he felt like the reinforcer definitely worked. It made her hypervigilant and aware of when she left a room to turn a light off. The downside of it was he felt like she was entering and leaving rooms in the house much more frequently than she normally would. He felt just for the simple fact if she would earn her tally marks quicker and get more reinforcers. So while it worked and she was turning the lights off, she was doing a lot more than she normally would on a regular basis, I guess. So our takeaway from it was that we do feel like it worked. We do feel like the reinforcer was adequate enough for her to want to be able to perform the behavior we were wanting her to perform. So in the end, we left it as, once the research was done and the assignment, the data for the assignment was done, we talked to her again, told her we were proud of her and that kind of thing, and we told her we would continue to give her rewards or reinforcers for turning the lights off, but we weren't going to do the tally mark system anymore, mainly because we didn't want her to keep that process of just constantly moving about the house just to earn tally marks. So we told her when we noticed her turning lights off, sometimes she would get rewarded, sometimes she wouldn't, and she just wouldn't know when that would be, and it wouldn't be every time. And we felt like with her age, that was appropriate to introduce that intermittent rewarding instead of the constant every single time she does something type of rewarding. So overall, we feel like it was a great experience. We felt like we definitely have the lights turned off in the house more often, and so we do feel like it was a success. It was a great experience.